All right, sports fans, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday, October 11th, and that means we are 5 minutes away from the first pitch in the final game, Game 7 of the championship series here between the New York Dem Apples and the St. Joseph Sausage Dogs. We're in St. Joseph for the final game, but let's take a look at how we got here. This has been a back-and-forth series all the way around. St. Joseph takes the first game 4-3. Alanis had a home run in that game. That's a running theme. Alanis has been a monster here, but not enough to keep New York ahead. Game 2, though, the Apples come back. Alanis hits his second home run of the game. Espinoza adds another. Matt Anders adds a third. The power surge there gets the win. Game 3, Fernando Borboa takes him out and pitches 7 innings. Absolute shutdown baseball. 7 innings, only allows 2 hits. Takes a 2-1 lead in the series with the big win there, and New York. Then Game 4. New York takes it from the Sausage Dogs. We're back to a 2-2 series after the 2-1 victory. Game 5, New York gets ahead finally. Gets their third win of the series, 5-1 in the big Game 5. But St. Joseph doubles down, really comes through in the clutch in Game 6 to tie the series. Paul Miller, who had been an absolute joke for most of the series, hits a triple and 2 singles, just absolutely blows out of the slump he was in, gets 4 hits in the game. 4 hits, not 3. And here we are today. It's Borboa against Diaz. And here goes nothing. Make sure we don't accidentally sim the other game in the background. Yep. All right. So, Diaz 0-2 against St. Joe this year, but in the series so far, Game 3 took the loss against Borboa, pitched 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, allowed 4 runs. Not by any means an awful start, but not what they needed from him here, and definitely not what they need from him today for New York fans. And on the other side, Borboa absolutely dominant in his across the whole season, but especially in this first game he pitched here, Game 3 against New York. They are looking for him to come up big. Other stories of the game, St. Joseph's defense. Outfield has been impeccable. The infield has been shaky at best. For New York, they got to get the bats going. Alanis has been a monster, but he's the only one really on the team that's been consistent in big situations. They've gotten a lot of runs. They've gotten on base. They've gotten hits. But it's Alanis who's been the most reliable to get runs across. Stazuski had a big game once. Espinoza had a big game once. They need everybody to get it together at the same time. So let's head down to the field. All right, Game 7 about to get underway. Schonecker's going to lead it off, followed by Campos and Alanis for New York. And the home team, Gus Tynes behind the plate. Jesus the Jesus Mesa at third, Ferdinando Barber at short, David Perez at second, Oliver Vargas around at first, and then this defensive outfield, Orlando Cerezo in left, Atilio Carrillo in center, and Bill Christensen, who's been the real spark plug for this team through the whole series on both sides of the field, offense and defense. Christensen out in right. First pitch coming from Borboa, and a second pitch, and it's a 1-1 count now. Here against, let's just keep zipping this drone around the stadium. 1-1 to Schonecker. He got a hold of it. Not enough. Cerezo runs it down on the way to the warning track. And that is 1 out to start the game. Now here's Campos. Campos 4 for 22 in the series. Not super effective. They're looking for a lot more out of him here. That's not going to be it. Easy ground ball over to Barber. Takes it on a couple of bounces, and that's 2 down. And Borboa to face Alejandro Alanis. Alanis 9 for 22. Just unreal in this series. 9 for 22 with 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. On base percentage even better than that average of 409 at 480, and an OPS 1.435. That's as good as any 3 players combined on the Las Vegas Sorcerers, just as one example. And the first pitch he sees, he rips, absolutely belts into the corner deep and left. That's going to be a double standing up for Alanis. Wow. Just continues to get it done. You almost have to just hope he doesn't kill you as you pitch to everybody else. Here's Espinoza, 6 for 22 in the series. His hits have come in bunches, and they're looking for a bunch of them today. That'll be one. There's a base hit that's going to score a run, probably a double for Espinoza, and yep, Alanis comes home to score. Back-to-back doubles. Borboa already surrendered two hits in a run with 2 outs in the top of the first, and it's John Hayes, the DH now. 3 for 8. And that one is going to be easily fielded by Christensen to end the inning, but they get a run on 2 hits, back-to-back doubles from Espinoza and Alanis. Sorry, wrong order. Alanis and Espinoza. And New York with an early lead in this pivotal Game 7, 1-0. All right, Barber's going to lead it off, followed by Vargas and Perez. But let's take a look at the defense. It's Gibbons behind the plate. Stazuski over at third. Alanis at short. He's a second baseman by nature, but they play him at short because Alberto Campos can't play short. He plays second. And Matt Anders over at first. It's not a good defensive infield by any stretch, but they've gotten the job done here in this series. Espinoza in left, Andy Schoenecker in center, and Efren Valencia out in right. Let's see what they can do to back up for Francisco Diaz here. It's a 1-2 pitch from Diaz to Barber, the leadoff hitter. He's a switch hitter. And he struck him out. Froze him there, caught him looking at a pitch on the outside corner, and that is 1 down for Diaz. Now, Oliver Vargas. Vargas struck out. Again, just looking. Nobody get the bat off the shoulder in the first 2 hitters against Diaz. He struck out too. And David Perez, the second baseman. Perez, great hitter all season, great hitter in the series, 9 for 23. Story of his life here, overshadowed by Alanis, but has been real effective. The 0-1 to Perez, and he hits it, gets it in play, but it's on the ground to short. Alanis makes the play, and it is a 3-up, 3-down inning for St. Joe here in the home half of the first. So Borboa back to the mound. He's going to face Stazuski, Valencia, and Anders. The 1-2 to Stazuski. Say that 4 times fast, my goodness. And he struck him out. First strikeout of the game for Borboa, and it's Valencia to the plate. Valencia hits it hard at Perez at second. He fields it and makes the throw. That's 2 down, and here's Matt Anders, also 9 for 22 in the series. Again, very effective. They need him to string together some hits. Not this time. Grounds out to first base. Vargas takes it himself, retires the side in order. 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs, no errors in the inning for New York, and it is St. Joseph to the plate. It's Bill Christensen, the cleanup hitter, Jesus the Jesus Mesa, and Paul Miller, the absolute enigma of this series. Which Paul Miller shows up today might be one of the deciding factors in this game. The first pitch to Christensen. It's a fastball he likes. Puts it in play, and it's a base hit. A base hit to right. I don't know why Valencia doesn't make a play on that, but he doesn't, and Christensen on board with a single. Again, he does everything you could possibly want out of a cleanup hitter. He gets on base when there's nobody ahead of him. He drives and runs when there are runners on. Super effective, Bill Christensen. I wish that Las Vegas had a chance to trade for one of the best players in the league for next to nothing. Full count to the Jesus. That looks like a double play grounder, and it is. Alanis fields it, flips it over to second. They make the throw. Campos makes the throw to first. Oh, shit. I called it wrong. Christensen is safe ahead of the tag there, or ahead of the throw. They must not have stepped on the base. I didn't read the play-by-play. In any case, let's blame Campos. We'll call that Campos' fault. And here's Paul Miller with a runner on second and only 1 out. Miller, 4 for 25 in this series, but all 4 of those hits and all 3 of those RBI came in the last game. Let's see if he's still got that hot bat. He does. That's a run-scoring single. Christensen rounds third. Miller thinks the better of trying for second. He takes the single base hit, and it is a tie game, 1-1. Paul Miller comes through again in the clutch, and he sure waited to get it together this series, but he picked a good time. And here is Orlando Cerezo now, the left fielder. Cerezo's 6 for 24 in the series, and he struck him out. Diaz's third strikeout of the game. Now there's 2 down, and it's Gus Tynes, the catcher. Not been particularly effective. 3 hits and 21 at-bats here, and they're sending the runner, Miller. He is in ahead of the throw, it looks like, and he's safe. Gibbons not able to get that one down. First successful stolen base on Gibbons in this series, if I am recalling correctly. And Miller is over to second for Gus Tynes with 2 down. And Tynes comes through with a base hit. Miller is rounding in the base, and he's going to score. That's a 2-1 lead now for St. Joe on the RBI single from Gus Tynes. Back-to-back RBI singles here. Great bit of base running by Miller to get over to second so he could score on that. That is how you manufacture runs, folks, and it is Atilio Carrillo, the center fielder, ice cold at the plate. They play him for his defense. 2 for 19 in the series. Make it 2 for 20 as he hits a soft grounder to Campos, and that retires a side. But they score 2 on 3 hits. Big inning out of St. Joe, and top of the third, it's Borboa to face Ryan Gibbons, Andy Schoenecker, and Alberto Campos. Now, Gibbons, much like Tynes, is a guy because you have to put a guy behind the plate to keep the ball from rolling to the backstop, and that's about it. First pitch to Gibbons, he popped it up. Mesa takes it himself, the Jesus. That is 1 down. And here is Andy Schoenecker. 2-1 to Schoenecker. Got all of that one, but fielded in the center by Carrillo. This outfield covers a lot of ground. And here comes Campos. Campos 0 for 1 on the game. Oh, 0 for 2. Nice defensive play by Vargas. My goodness. Going towards the foul line. Snags that one, takes it himself. Tough play. Gets him out of the inning with no hits again, no runs. And we're in the bottom of the third. 2-1 lead for St. Joseph, and it's the top of the order for Fernando Barber, Oliver Vargas, and David Perez for the home team Sausage Dogs. Diaz first pitch to Barber. Liked what he saw, but he couldn't quite get it through. Ground out to short. Alanis makes the throw, and that's 1 down. Now here's Vargas, 0 for 1 on the game. Make it 0 for 2. He popped that one way up, but I'm pretty sure somebody's going to catch it. Sure thing. That's 2 down now for Diaz, and it's David Perez. Perez is also 0 for 1 in the game. Grounded out his first time up. This time he just strikes out swinging. At least he got the bat off his shoulder, better than the other strikeouts. And that'll do it for the side in the bottom half of the third. Top of 4, Borboa to face the heart of the order. Alanis, Espinoza, and Hayes. This is where he got into trouble before. Alanis doubled in his first at-bat. Not this time. Pops it up to, looks like Gus will take it himself. Tynes gets the put out, and that brings up Espinoza, who also doubled his last time up, driving home Alanis to take that early lead. Borboa gets his revenge, gets him way out ahead of a changeup, struck him out. Second strikeout of the game, and here is John Hayes, the DH, 0 for 1 in his first at-bat, and struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts, chasing the pitch out of the zone, and no hits, no base runners in the inning again for New York. Borboa got in a little trouble in the first, then he's buckled down and put it behind him. And here is Diaz to face Christensen, Mesa, and Miller. Christensen 1 for 1 with a run scored. Oh, nice defensive play at third by Staszewski. I wouldn't have thought he had that in him. And they've got Christensen for the putout, and the leadoff hitter is down. It is the Jesus, Jesus Mesa. 1-2 pitch to Mesa. He hit that one hard at the first base side, but it doesn't get through. Pitcher makes the play, makes the run over to first, and they put him out. And it is Paul Miller again, the designated hitter. Been on a tear here. See if he can keep it going. Had to end sometime. He grounds out to short. 1-2-3 inning for Diaz, and top of 5, Borboa to face Staszewski, Valencia, and Anders here. 0-2 pitch. Staszewski struck out. 4 strikeouts now for Borboa. Here's Valencia. First pitch he sees, he likes, and that is deep into the gap. Can Carrillo get over? He can. Nice play in left center by Carrillo. Not a lot of center fielders that get to that ball, but he does, and that's 2 down. Matt Anders now 0 for 1 in the game. Anders hits it up the line. It is not foul? I don't understand. When I played Little League, if you hit it on the outside of that white line, it didn't count. But apparently the rules are different for Matt Anders. In any case, he's at first with a base hit. First base hit since the first inning. And Ryan Gibbons now with a runner at first and 2 down. Gibbons, soft grounder to second base. Perez puts it away. That will do it for the inning. They got a run, but got a hit, but didn't add any runs. Still 2-1 in favor of St. Joe here in the bottom of the 5th. It's Cerezo, Tynes, and Carrillo to face Francisco Diaz. First pitch, hit on the ground to first. Anders makes the play. 1 down. Gus Tynes now 1 for 1 in the game. And he struck him out. Outside corner for strike 3. Sit down, buddy. And it's Carrillo now 0 for 1. 1 for 2. Nice base hit right up the middle. Square line drive past the pitcher over second base. Looks like he's in the batting cage out there. That was a nice, easy swing. And it is Ferdinando Barber. Full count. And he got him to ground out to second. He's out of the inning. They got another runner, but they didn't get anything across. And we go into the top of the 6th with a 2-1 lead for St. Joseph. It's the top of the order for New York. Schoenecker, Campos, and Alanes. And Borboa still looking strong. He's only thrown 52 pitches. Got 4 strikeouts. And Schoenecker grounds out to short. Nice play by Barber. Makes the easy ones look easy. That's what you got to do in the playoffs. And here's Campos now. 0-2 to Campos. Meza dives for no reason, makes a good throw and gets him out, making it look fancier than it needs to be, but that's 2 down. And here is Alejandro Alanes, 1 for 2 with a double. Oh, and he hit him. Just hit him square in the back. I think both teams are trying to pretend that's an accident. And it looks like they subbed him out. I wonder if he was hurt there. Chris Whartonby, the pinch runner for the best hitter in the league, Alejandro Alanes. And that's a double, at least. Probably going to score Whartonby from first. He's pretty quick. Looks like a triple. No slowing down. No slowing down for Espinoza. And an RBI triple for Espinoza. In ahead of the tag. Whartonby scores. Ties the game at 2. Big piece of hitting by Espinoza, but let me see if I can find out what happened to Alanes here before we go on. No notes on an injury. They just pinch ran for the best hitter in baseball in the middle of a Game 7. It's a ballsy call there, Donk. Gotta wonder about that. All right, it's John Hayes, the DH now, runner at third and 2 down, tie game. And Carrillo's got to play on that one, and he makes it. That will do it for the inning, but they got another run on a couple of hits. RBI triple by Espinoza. He's been big in this game. 2 RBIs. And the strange substitution for Alejandro Alanes. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. We've got a reliever. Diaz is done for the day. It's Ben Thornsberry out of the pen. Thornsberry, a lot of potential. 19 years old. He's already pretty good. That cutter looks vicious. Has pitched 3 times in this series. Has given up 2 hits in 2 of those appearances. It's not been super effective. His ERA for the series, 23.14. That's what you want in Game 7. Hopefully he can get it together. They rely on this kid to eat up some innings. Hopefully he can keep it together as he faces the Vargas, the number 2 hitter, and then Perez and Christensen in the 3 and 4 slot. Nasty bit of lineup to come in and face. And Vargas takes the first pitch he sees and hits it the other way for a base hit into right. Good start to the inning for St. Joseph. It's Perez now. Perez 0 for 2 on the game. And that's going to drop. That's going to drop for a base hit. Runners at first and second now. Runners at first and second now for Christensen. Big RBI situation for Christensen. Let's see what he can do with it. Thornsberry in trouble already. And Christensen will fly out to left. Not deep enough. Espinosa's got too good an arm. Not going to move a runner over. And that brings up the Jesus, Jesus Mesa. Mesa 8 for 24 in this series. 0 for 2 today. Big opportunity. Big opportunity. The fans on their feet. One of the most popular players here in St. Joseph. The Jesus. 1-2 pitch. Hit the shit out of that one. Probably not enough. Nope. Not going to move a runner. And that's 2 down. Thornsberry getting himself out of a jam. Needs to get one more here. It's Paul Miller, the mystery man. First pitch to Miller is, oh my goodness, it was belted towards right, but Anders makes a leaping grab, robs him of a base hit and probably an RBI. Wow. We may look back and call that one the play of the game. That was a difference maker by Matt Anders on defense. Nice play. Top of 7 now. Borboa still in the game for St. Joseph. He's going to face Staszewski, Valencia, and Anders in this one. 1-2 pitch. Staszewski grounds out to second, and that's 1 down. Here's Valencia now, 0 for 2 in the game. Borboa deals. That's a double at least, maybe a triple. Deep into the gap. Carrillo runs it down, makes the throw in. He's going to hold up at second. 1 out double for Valencia, and that puts a runner in scoring position for Matt Anders. Anders 10 for 24 in this series now. 1 for 2 today. He's been a monster. Big moment. And they'll walk him. Can't blame him there. Open base, only 1 out. Let's set up the double play and face Ryan, I'm just a dude, Gibbons. Gibbons in a big moment here. First pitch he sees. He drives up the middle for a base hit. Should score a run, and it does. That is a 1-run lead now for New York. Big base hit from Ryan Gibbons. I made fun of him, but you can't argue with that. Comes up when it counts, and that is a 3-2 lead now in the top half of the 7th for New York. All right, Schoenecker in the top of the order now. 1 out. Oh, he struck him out. Bears down on the full count and strikes out Schoenecker, and now 2 down with runners at first and second for Alberto Campos. And he struck out Campos as well. All right, 7th inning stretch time. Enjoy Insane Clown Posse, and we'll be back in a moment. All right, Ben Thornsberry back on the mound again. Got himself out of a jam, got himself into a jam, and then got himself out of it last inning. And he's got Cerezo, Tynes, and Carrillo, the least dangerous part of this order here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 to Cerezo. Hitless on the day. Oof, rips it, but right at the center fielder Schoenecker, and that is 1 down. Here is Gus Tynes. 1-0 pitch to Tynes. He's swinging free, and he's got a base hit. Drives it to left. 1 hop in front of the left fielder. All you can ask for. He is on base. Tynes, not exactly a speed demon over there. Barely mobile, to be frank. And they're going to pull Carrillo for a pinch hitter. You give up a lot of defense here, but they're going to bring in Mike Gilliam to pinch hit. Gilliam appeared in one game as a pinch hitter, and it looks like he walked back on the 7th in a 1-2 loss. And they're going to change pitchers. It's Dan Black out of the pen. Go lefty against lefty here with the pinch hitter. Black, 21 years old, from Orland Park. I've been there. It's not a very nice suburb. Lots of car dealers. He's got 4 pitches, a fastball, a sinker, a slider, and a changeup, all very effective and decent stuff. Not a whole lot of movement, though. He's going to throw it hard and straight, but only 91 miles an hour. Not necessarily a big strikeout guy. Did all right. Let's see what he's got. Has not pitched in the playoffs, so playoff debut for Dan Black here against Mike Gilliam, the pinch hitter. 2-2 pitch now. And Gilliam hits it. Oh my goodness. Schoenecker makes this sliding catch in center defense, the name of the game for the Apples today. Wow. That's 2 down. Oh, my goodness. And Gus Tynes, even if he were quick enough to make that play, which he, make no mistake, is not, Schoenecker comes up with it from that slide so fast, there's no chance to even advance a runner. So it's the top of the order for Fernando Barber now with 2 down and 1 runner on. Barber hasn't hit yet in this game, and this time he does. Schoenecker, as brilliant as he was on the last play, terrible on that one, does not make a play on a relatively easy fly ball to center, and that's going to score a run. Barber doubles Gus Tynes, who, you're talking, Gus Tynes runs like one of those big fat old dudes on a scooter at Walmart trying to get up to go through the security gate. It's unreal that you let that guy score from first base. But sure enough, Andy Schoenecker does. Now we've got a runner at second for Oliver Vargas with 2 down. And a tie ball game here in Game 7. And he walked him. They walk Vargas. Runners at first and second. The go-ahead run at second for David Perez, the number 3 hitter and one of the better hitters in this lineup. 1 for 3 today. Big moment. Reliever in, Matt Shields. Shields struck him out. Dropped third strike, though, and he advances. Oh, my goodness. It's a wild pitch. Perez swings at a terrible pitch there. Gets away from the catcher, Tynes, and they load the bases on the wild pitch strikeout. You'd have to see it to believe it, folks. That is insane. Bill Christensen now up with the bases loaded. 1 for 3 today. 5 for 17 in this series, but his on-base percentage of .571 in this series. You just can't get this guy out, but it's up to Matt Shields to do so. He's only allowed 2 hits and 2 2/3 in this series, but that was just bad luck here, getting Perez to swing at that big sweeping breaking pitch in the dirt, but have it get away from, I shouldn't have said Tynes, from Gibbons at home. Oh, wow. All right. Christensen with the bases juice, the 1-2 pitch. Oh, he struck him out. He struck him out to end the inning. Oh, my. St. Joseph leaves a runner aboard, at least 3 runners aboard, but they get the run, tie the game. Here we are, top 8, and it's 3-3. And here's Ken Collier. And I just want to point out here again, if not for the strange pinch running situation for Alanis, and yes, Alanis is slow, but you took out the best hitter in the game, and now here you are in a tie game, top of the 8th, in a Game 7 of a championship series with Ken Collier. 1 for 13 on the series. Ken Collier coming to the plate to face Fernando Borboa. And he grounds out. Collier grounds out to Vargas. That's 1 down. And here's Espinoza. Espinoza's been great tonight. 2 for 3. The double and a triple. And that's going to be a ground out to short. 2 down now. And it's John Hayes, the DH. Full count from Borboa. Outside. Thought he struck him out, but no, he walked him. And they're going to go to the pen. It's Dan Spurgeon again. Spurgeon's pitched a couple of times in this series already. In one perfect inning, and one gave up 2 hits and 2 runs in an inning. So we'll see which Dan Spurgeon we get tonight. I should say this afternoon. And that looks no. Oh my gosh, another misplayed ball by the St. Joseph infield. We talked about it at the top of the game. We've seen it over and over again in big moments. That was an eminently playable ball for Barber, but he misses it, lets it through for the base hit. Runner gets to third. You've got now runners at the corners, and Efrain Valencia at the plate. He's 1 for 3, but he had an extra base hit his last at bat. And he hits the hell out of that one. It is caught. Christensen gets underneath it and makes the play. They leave 2 runners. Game still tied at 3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. St. Joseph has the Jesus, Paul Miller, and Orlando Cerezo due up. And they're going to face Alexis De Jesus. De Jesus pitched 3 times in this series now. This is his 3rd appearance. He pitched 3 innings total. Has only given up 1 hit. Been pretty effective against this team. Absolutely bonkers breaking pitches. Curveball and changeup. He's got a sinker too, but he doesn't have to throw it much. Great stuff. 22 years old. This kid's going to be around for a long time unless his arm falls off. Let's see what he does with the Jesus. 0 for 3 today for the Jesus. De Jesus against the Jesus. It's a matchup of religious proportions. And Meza is going to fly out to right. Valencia gets under it, and that is one down. Here's Paul Miller. Miller 1 for 3 on the day. 1 for 4 as he grounds out to Anders at first. Anders took away what should have been at least a base hit and an RBI opportunity for Miller his last at bat. That one wasn't as impressive a defensive play, but still. Miller goes down again, and here is Cerezo now, 0 for 3 in the game. Little dribbler back to the mound. They got him. Inning over. De Jesus goes 1-2-3 again, and it is the top of the 9th inning of this Game 7. Antonio Leon out of the bullpen. Who else? 22-year-old closer. 36 saves on the season. He's pitched twice in this series, not surrendered a run yet. 2 saves. He's given up 3 hits in 3 2/3 innings. A little more work than you'd like to see him have in that game yesterday with 2 full innings. Hopefully that arm fatigue is not a factor here. They just need him to get 3 quick outs. Here goes nothing. The 1-0 from Leon to Anders. And Anders swats it back. Easy fly ball for Gilliam in center. Gilliam replaced Carrillo as a pinch hitter earlier in the game. And Ryan Gibbons to the plate now. Gibbons, 1 for 3, but in a huge moment, put them ahead ever so briefly back in the 7th. And he does it again. Gibbons, another base hit when they need it the most. 1-out single for Ryan Gibbons. He's at first now with Adam Engels to the plate, pinch hitting for Schoenecker, the leadoff hitter. Okay. Engels is 0 for 4 in this series. They wanted to go righty-lefty, I guess, against Leon. Leon, wild pitch. Tynes keeps it not exactly in front of him, but he does hold on to it, keep the runners from moving, and it's a full count now to Engels with 1 down and a runner at first here in the top of the 9th. And Engels pops up. Tynes gets under it. Nope, Vargas waves him off. Either way, that's 2 down now. Ryan Gibbons at first, no speed at all. If Campos is going to score him, it's going to be with a massive extra base hit because Gibbons barely mobile. 0-2 to Campos from Leon. Strike 3, he's out. Ring him up, that'll do it. Top of 9, New York does not score. They get a base hit from Gibbons, but they can't do anything with it. And here is Steve Pickering now to face the bottom of the order. It's Tynes, the pinch hitter, backup center fielder Gilliam, and then back around to Ferdinando, whatever the fuck his name is, Barber. Let's take a look at Pickering here. Pretty good closer, good stuff, great fastball, big slider. Only needs a couple of pitches. Throws 101 miles an hour. He gets tired fast, though. And he hasn't pitched in a couple of days. He did pitch 2 innings in his last outing, only allowed 1 hit and walked 2. The walks were a problem. You don't want to see that again. And already he's 0-2 on Gus Tynes. Call it 0-3. Struck him out. Gus Tynes never should be on the same field as this guy. And here is Mike Gilliam with 1 down. A 1-0 pitch. He a little bit too much underneath it, and Galvan makes the play in center. Galvan looks like a defensive substitution here after they pinch hit for Schoenecker. So Galvan takes center field. Espinoza and Valencia stay in their places in the corners. And we're down to it now. 2 down, bottom of the 9th, Game 7, and it's Ferdinando Barber to face Steve Pickering. Barber 1 for 4 today. And Barber rips one to left, but right at Espinoza, and that'll do it. Pickering does his job, gets the side in 3, and Leon stays on the mound to face Collier, Espinoza, and Hayes. Should be the most dangerous part of the order, but yet again, remind you that they pulled Alanes for a pinch runner. And Collier grounds out. Big moment to not have your best hitter at the plate. Here's Espinoza, 2 for 4 with a double and a triple. It's a 1-0 pitch he likes and flies out to center. Gilliam makes the play, and that's 2 down now. Jason Bush at the plate. They got him. That'll do it. Top of 10 in the books. Need an extra inning to decide this one, or maybe several. We'll find out. It's Vargas, Perez, and Christensen with Meza in the hole. Big parts of the lineup to get through for Steve Pickering. He's thrown 8 pitches. You want to keep an eye on that. He gets tired quick. Vargas takes him to a full count, makes him throw a few more. And he walked him. Almost the best possible situation. He threw 8 pitches there. So now he's thrown 16 pitches. And it's David Perez. Dangerous, dangerous hitter in Perez with nobody out and a runner on. See if they try to move him over. 2-2 pitch. Perez belts it. Oh, caught in foul territory by Espinoza. Great play. Was that enough to move the base runner over? It was not. Vargas stays put. 1 down. Bill Christensen now. Christensen's 1 for 4. Oh, he struck him out. Oh, as good as Christensen has been in this series, that's his second strikeout and key moment. And it's Jesus the Jesus, Meza, with 2 down and the go-ahead run at first. Steve Pickering now thrown 26 pitches, flagging a little bit because he got enough left in the tank for Meza. He does not. Meza pokes a base hit through. It's not going to score a run, but it's going to move a runner over to third. And you've got runners at the corners with 2 down for Paul Miller. My goodness, of all the people to have an opportunity to win this series, Paul Miller, who has been absolutely terrible except for one flash of brilliance in Game 6, and an exhausted Steve Pickering. This is wild. All right, here we go. 3-1 pitch to Miller, and he did it. He did it. That is the game, folks. He got that. He got the infield single. Oh my. Second baseman not able to make the diving play to get Paul Miller, and the guy who is the absolute GOAT of this series, and in the, traditional what a terrible player way, not the greatest of all time way, Paul Miller is the one who comes through in the bottom of the 10th with the run-scoring single. Wow. Sausage Dogs to the World Series. That was incredible. Good times, folks. I will see you next time. Or, next time will be Game 6 of the other series, and then eventually we'll see St. Joe again in the World Series. Congratulations to Mark Donkers. It was a great season out of New York. All the way down to the final pitch. Just exciting baseball. And congratulations to Zigmo for taking his team to our inaugural World Series. Catch you later.